everyone. My name is Meika Hosh, and I am a doctor in textile material technology in University of Borås. Today, I will briefly introduce you to plasma treatment in textile industry. As well, we will talk about its principle and their main applications in textile in research and markets nowadays. So plasma is the fourth state of matter, and we created by subjecting a gas into energy, leading to ionizing that gas. Usually, plasma consists of electrons, UV radiations, and free radicals that can activate any surface that we subjected into, like textiles, for example. So it's very important to remember that we are maintaining the properties of the bulk material while changing the properties of the surface by the plasma treatment. The plasma systems nowadays, they differ according to the method that we create this ionized gas, and they include something like torch plasma, vacuum plasma, atmospheric pressure plasma, and cold plasma. And we can also have good control over the parameters of the process in plasma treatment by changing the frequency and the gap between the electrodes and the gas used. We can acquire different properties. Mimicking the nature, we now can create artificial plasma in labs with controlled mechanisms and levels, and also we can change the configuration according to the material and the end application. So when interacting with textile materials and surfaces, plasma has shown to be effective in many ways, and cleaning is one of them. It's used to clean the surface of the textiles. Also, it is used heavily for activation to introduce new functional groups on the surface of the textiles in case we want to change the wettability and the surface energy of the textile. Also, we can have grafting polymers by introducing monomers and certain particles into the gas, a mixture in the plasma treatment for textile. And finally, the thin coatings, nanoscale coatings, it is possible via plasma on textile materials. And in this method, we can have permanent alternation of the properties of the surface of the material. Of course, each gas has their own function and introduce a new function to the treated textiles. For example, oxygen can have a surface etching effect, and also the nitrogen and ammonia can improve the compatibility with dyes and so on. So we choose the gas carefully according to the required functionalities at the end. There are many advantages of plasma treatment when compared to other conventional chemical methods because it's a dry method. We save water, we save usually energy. Its consumption of added materials is very minimal, and there is no waste from the plasma after treatment. And we can have the conclusion that it is a sustainable and source efficient method of treating the textiles. But of course, like any other method, there are some disadvantages of also plasma, and scaling up in industry, it's still a challenging aspect. Regarding the applications in both research and markets nowadays, we can agree that surface wetting changes and the adjusting of surface energy and wettability of the textile materials is one of the most common and important applications of plasma for textiles. We can we can increase or decrease the wettability to make the surface more hydrophobic or more hydrophilic according to our requirements. Another application is especially important in the case of composite materials is to increase the adhesion between the textile and the coatings. Also, via plasma, we can also have some changes in the physical properties, electrical properties, and also we can introduce new functionalities like flame retardancy to the textiles. Regarding plasma, it is very versatile, and usually any fiber is possible to treat with plasma, especially for cotton, for polyamide. Even though the synthetic fibers can be, and polymers, they can be treated with plasma, because many parts or many types of plasma are cold or room temperature, so they won't affect the end properties of the polymer regarding temperature. Also, wool has been successfully treated with plasma, and even carbon fiber, it has been used to increase the wettability of the carbon fibers, to increase the adhesion with the composite materials, or with resin to introduce composite materials to the market. Also, very successful treatments for other synthetic fibers have been introduced via plasma treatment. So we can conclude that plasma has a lot of potential in textile industry, and especially it is dry treatment, and it has a less amount of materials, which makes it resource efficient, and it can contribute huge amount to the sustainability of textile materials. I want to thank you for listening.